I'm sorry, James. This is gonna seem mean, but you kind of earned this, and they let me have the mic, so this is all on you. Today on Player Profiles, please do not shorten. I want to stay monetized. We're talking about my absolute least favorite type to play against, the Stalwarts. In a word, they are stubborn and like to endure. These are the people who play League, not for fun, but just to suffer, just to feel pain, just to feel things. These are people who play a lot of grindy 3-hour plus games that make you reconsider all your life choices. These are the people who are going to build your Avacyn board wipe tribal decks. These are the people you're just going to look at them and just be like, who hurt you? And their answer is almost always going to be, the world did, and now I just want to watch it burn. They're not always out to win. Unless they're at cEDH, then they're always out to win. Because everybody's always out to win. But at the casual level, oh my gosh, they're so not fun to play against. Because you can only rely on them to do one thing, and that's make the game worse for everybody. And I'm very much not about that. I've had enough times where I'm just like, oh, I'm just playing the game, watching the combo player go off, and I'm the one getting hit with all of the curses up from a person's curse deck. Yes, I'm salty. Yes, I'm still mad about that. Yes, I will never not be mad about it, and I won't forgive you for that. But in a more serious note, typically you're going to see with this type of play at a more powerful level, a lot more mid-rangey stuff, stacksy kind of stuff as well, and decks that can just kind of play through anything in a way that's similar to Outlaw. The difference being, this is a very key difference, is that they're doing this to grind out the game so that people continually make more and more mistakes. They're not necessarily manipulating the game, they're just making it so the game goes along enough to where they can capitalize on people making enough mistakes over time. They're very intelligent players at the higher power levels, but they're also, decks are kind of slow. And so that's kind of the issue with a lot of the Stalwarts, is that if they can get their shield up or whatever thing they're doing to put them in the position to like start locking stuff down, they're gonna snowball. But if they're not allowed to, you kind of can just blow through them like a yellow light in the middle of summer and no one's on the crossguards. You're gonna just pass right by them. And so that's the way to kind of beat them, is that like you kind of just have to outpace them, or be able to grind them out more, or just not make mistakes, or be able to capitalize on others' mistakes better than they can. Because that's kind of the thing you have to do, is that these are people who are capitalizing and preying on your downfall and actively participating in it. And so you have to be careful with that, because they're not your friends. They'll try to convince you, much like the politician and the diplomat, but odds are they're kind of bad at it, unless they're a higher player. Then that may be variable. But my friend James is kind of bad at politics, mostly because he looks at the player who's like doing all the stuff and he's just like, we need to stop him, and doesn't really give a reason as to why he needs to be stopped. He just kind of looks at the value on board or like whatever, and he's like, that's a big scary 12-12. We need to stop that, as opposed to the person drawing 34 cards off of everything you do. I'm not mad. I'm extremely mad. But hey, it is what it is. If it weren't for Mr. Van Dyke himself, I probably wouldn't be nearly as good as a player as I am. And he probably wouldn't have shaped my way of playing so much, because he's literally the reason I play blue now. So all of the people who I've ever counterspelled, or ever removed something from, or ever did general Sultai interaction to, you can blame James Van Dyke, the Cosmic Hobo, all of the social medias. Blame him. That's who to blame for making me what I am today. And I've definitely probably done my damage to him. He probably will never look at Najila the same way again, and probably still has PTSD. Or Omnath, although he probably doesn't care about Omnath. He says he loves Omnath, but that's it. I hope this was not too mean, James, but you completely deserve this, and you know why. This has been VDK. Have a nice night, y'all.